In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys how to play as a human in the new Killer Clowns from Outer Space the video game. Now, there's already a few videos about how to play as a human, but they're pretty fluky, and most of these guys aren't covering what I'm doing and what I think most people are doing. In total, there's 4 ways to escape through the game in the first 15 minutes. Now, there's a final way to escape, pretty much like a last resort in the last literal 30 seconds of the game. And if you don't escape in the last 30 seconds, when the chance comes, you're going to die. Now, you can either take the boat, you can take the portal, you can go through the bridge, or you can go through the bunker. And honestly, either one of these ways you're going to do, it's going to be pretty hard to find the parts. These parts are pretty hard to find this time around in this asymmetrical game. The most easy way out for me, at least that I've seen time and time again, is through the bridge, because there's a few keys around the map, and most likely, if you're looting a bunch, you or one of your friends are going to find the key relatively quickly. Some of the other places to escape are pretty difficult to find, so you're going to be doing a whole lot of looting if you want to escape. Now, I'm going to tell you guys some of the best loot to get and some of the worst loot to get, and which ones you should pick up, because you only have 4 inventory slots, and which ones you should just leave to the side. If you find an air horn, you need to keep the air horn. That is one of the best loot items to find. The air horn is basically a little stun to the clowns. That's going to stun them for a whole 5 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're about to die, because you run out of stamina pretty fast in this game, it is perfect for getting you out of any situation. Another must keep is the energy drinks. Anytime you get an energy drink, you got to keep that, because what it does is it basically gives you unlimited sprint, unlimited stamina for, I think it's about 10 to 20 to maybe 25 seconds, something like that. Also, whenever you're being chased by clowns, you just drink the stamina drink, boom, you're running. They really cannot catch up to you. They're going to have to shoot you with their ray gun, or if they have a long range weapon, they're going to have to try to hit you with that. But you're going to outrun them every single time, especially with an energy drink. Another thing you should always be picking up is the knives. You find a knife, you pick it up. Hell, get 2 of them, 3 of them, however many you can get. Also, there's different melee weapons in this game. You have blunt weapons like baseball bats and pans, or you got sharper stabbing weapons like, poke stick or the knife or something like that. Anytime you get faced with a blunt weapon or a sharp weapon, you always want to get the sharp weapon, because these guys will cocoon you a lot. And when you get cocooned, you get put in that cotton candy, you can break out of it with any sharp weapon at all. You can't do that with a blunt weapon like a baseball bat. Always, always, always choose sharp weapons over blunt weapons. Now let's talk about some of the things that are absolutely useless for an inventory slot, and you should really never pick up. One of those things is the tennis ball and the baseball, because in all honesty, the tennis ball and baseball are pretty just useless. They're pretty trash. You have to be dead accurate with your throw, like super duper accurate to hit a clown with it. And the clowns are moving around, you're moving around. You don't really have time to lock in and get accurate with a throw. Most of the time, it's going to go to waste. And you can also use the tennis ball as distractions. But how often are you going to throw a tennis ball and the clown's actually going to go after it? Not very often at all. These things are very underpowered items, and it's definitely a waste of a slot in your inventory. Never really pick them up. Another thing that I don't pick up is the popsicles. The popsicles do give you a stamina boost, but it's so subtle and it's so quick that it's really kind of useless compared to anything else in your inventory. Like I said, it's too quick, doesn't really provide you with that much of a stamina boost, and it still takes your stamina anyways. The last thing that I consider pretty damn useless is the compass. While yes, the game's new, most people don't know the maps yet, where the escapes are, where everything is. The compass is pretty useless in the long term of things, because you're going to get it, you're going to figure out what the escapes are and stuff, but you're just going to have that one slot when it only shows you like 4 different things around the map, when you could have anything else in that slot. Which, one thing that's actually cool is you can throw the compass and hurt people, hurt the clowns. We can pretty much throw anything in this game. You can throw popsicles, I think, even. But it's really not a useful slot for your inventory. In Killer Clowns, the game, you got to group up with your teammates. There's 7 of you versus 3 clowns. Although you can outrun the clowns, your stamina's only going to last for so long. Eventually, the clowns are going to catch up to you. And it's all just comes down to if you're with a group or not. If you're within a group and everybody has a weapon, you can easily take out the clowns. They're going to start retreating and running away, but you can easily take these guys out as long as you're in a group. Always stay with your team in this game. If you're by yourself and you get a clown chasing you, you're going to have a hard time already, especially if you don't have a lot of stamina or you don't have a weapon or anything to distract the clown. If you don't have any of that stuff, you're most likely dead. The clowns are pretty powerful in this game, especially if there's 2 on you. then you're definitely cooked. You're done for. 1 is hard enough. 2, if they're going to take you out. You always got to stay with your teammates. That is basically the best way to traverse throughout the map safely without getting killed. This really is a teamwork game, more so than even Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Friday the 13th, to where you have to actually depend and rely on your teammates. Another tip I'm going to give you guys for playing as humans is kind of messed up, but hey, you got to do it sometimes. If you're by yourself, you're getting chased by a clown, someone's tracking you down, I would say go to one of your teammates and run that way. Bring the clown towards your teammate. Not necessarily to kill them, but at least if there's 2 people, the clown's going to be more distracted on who to choose, and you're going to have a better time escaping the clown. So when you die as a human, you go to the spectator screen, and you basically play these little 80 miniature arcade games, and you can either get cards for yourself or for your teammates. Now, most of the time, I've come to realize that someone either turns on the resurrection machine and brings everyone back to life really early, or nobody does it at all. So what I usually do is I'll feed someone good cards. I'll feed them good cards. And if I know for a fact that the machine has not been turned on yet, and I have a chance of coming back, I will keep the good cards to myself, like a baseball bat or a knife or an air horn or whatever it is. I'll keep those cards to myself if I think I have a chance of coming back. Because boom, once you get brought back to life, you have a bunch of good cards to deal with. That is a quick little guide on how to play as humans in the new Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game. I will be dropping more human guides in the future, and the clown guide coming out next.